everyone, and welcome to our first Take 5 with StratusLIVE session. We are thrilled to have all of you on our call today as we're digging into corporate engagement and the StratusLIVE Give at Work solution. I'll quickly run through a brief agenda for our brief session that we have today. First, we'll provide some introductions to our team. We're also going to dig into our digital fundraising challenge for today, how to engage corporate partners in real time. And we do have a wide variety of organizations on today's call, some federated nonprofits and some traditional fundraising organizations. And our goal is to demonstrate how the Give at Work tool is very flexible that will allow you to promote your partner agencies or even your own cause areas to your corporate partners' employees. We'll then discuss a bit more about how StratusLIVE approaches this particular challenge, and then we'll provide a very brief demo of the Give at Work tool and end with a Q&A session. So on today's call, and you can see all of our smiling faces here, we have Debbie Snyder. She's a Group VP of Sales and Marketing. Jennifer Mitchell, she is a project manager here at StratusLIVE, and she leads a lot of our implementations and will provide our demo for us at the end of this session. And then that's me there. I'm a digital marketing manager. So our challenge for today, how to engage corporate partners in real time. And as we thought about this challenge, we decided to discuss this through two common questions, which I'll ask Debbie to answer for us. And first being, how can I create an easy experience for my corporate partners, their employees, and my donors?
Thank you, Kelly. Well, we have a couple of suggestions there. First of all, we think it's really important that we offer donor choice, unlimited giving campaigns, cause concepts. Give your donors what they want. They want to be in control of where their donations go and how they donate. Secondly, remove the barriers to give. Make it easy. Reduce the number of clicks it takes for your donors to make a donation. Offer mobile options. Dig into your analytics to determine where giving conversations are happening. And then be able to have a tool that allows you to launch crisp, attractive donation pages with no coding needed. And then finally, empower your donors. Provide them with the means to update their donor records, their address, their email, how they want to be communicated with. Give them control over their own information.
Awesome. And another question that we hear commonly from some of our prospects and current clients as well, how can my organization provide real-time, on-demand reporting for my corporate partners regarding their giving programs?
And I think there's a couple of important things to keep in mind there. First of all, you need to evaluate your workplace giving data. And by workplace giving data, we mean the common things like number of donors, total donation amount, the average gift, the number of volunteers, the number of volunteer hours, things like that. But then you also need to evaluate your CSR data, such as donations by business unit, the economic impact of your volunteer hours. And it helps if you can utilize a modern data warehouse and analytics solution to analyze and visualize all of your digital activity, which Jennifer is going to show you in just a moment. Another thing I think is important is determine the motive and the mission of the CSR program. Fill in the missing gaps. So what is it your corporate partners are after with this program? Some of them, it'll be about brand recognition. So you want to give them such information as web traffic and social media reach. And others, it might be recruiting and retention goals. We all know right now is a tough job market to find people. There's lots of job openings and few people that want to take those openings. And so does your program influence who applies to work there? Does it give you an edge up above your other competitors in terms of your recruiting and retention efforts? And finally, be able to fill in the missing data. You need a tool, as I mentioned earlier, that gives you the analytics you need to make good decisions and to come to your corporate partners with solutions to their challenges.
Awesome. So now, thinking about those common questions, we're going to talk a bit more about how StratusLIVE approaches this challenge. And Jennifer will dig in a bit more into the demo, but we did want to discuss a few design differentiators of the Give at Work platform in particular, and how we can help remove some of those barriers to give. One way is through one-click giving. It's crucial that your donors can easily give or contribute to either your partner agencies or even your own cause. It has to be a mobile-friendly platform. As your givers are out and about throughout their day, they need to be able to quickly give whenever they have a cause that's tugging at them to be able to contribute to. Flexible giving options are also critical. So providing them with the option to give via credit card, PayPal, payroll deduction, PTO, you need to provide as many options as possible so that the donors feel that they can choose what's best for them. Automated donor advice. This is probably one of my favorite features within the platform that Jennifer will show. And this is a really cool feature, especially for United Ways or other federated organizations. As your donors are working through the giving process, how about showing them if they just provide a bit more in their donation, they can then move up and achieve a different status or join an affinity group? How can you push them along to give more, to contribute more, to become more involved with your organization? Unlimited giving campaigns. So not just a one-time of year giving event at the end of the year. How are you offering them more opportunities to give and contribute all day long or all year round even? If there's a special event, if there is perhaps a natural disaster in their area, can you give them the opportunity to give when the need is greatest? Single sign-on is another great feature that will allow for platform security and also provide your donors ease of use into logging onto the platform, having it be self-service so that your donors can log in, update their giving information, update their profile information, including their address or how they want to be communicated with, will be beneficial to both the donor and to you, the administrator. And finally, executive dashboards with data visualizations that touches on the real-time reporting, being able to look at all of your sites, see which companies are contributing the most, and be able to make some decisions about all of your giving data that you have. With that, we'll go ahead and pass things over to Jennifer, who will provide us with a brief look at the Give at Work platform.
So what you'll see here is I'm on an employee site, a website, community transformation. I have logged in as my employee, Jennifer Jones. And take a look here and you'll see this page with our calls here, our prominent Give Now button, different calls to action, learn more, a participation thermometer, and just different pieces of information that's configured on this page. And I can come up here and I can either hit my Give Now button here, or I can actually go in and look at my giving history. So I can see what I've done before. And here it's broken out by our campaign period. So I have a 2022 Ignite campaign, and you can see I have affinity groups that I've made and my different gifts. How I made them was a check, a payroll, who were my designations or my fund codes, and any kind of information regarding did I say that I wanted it to be anonymous or not. And I can look here at my 2021, a total of 205, and again, different affinity groups and different amounts. So just a nice way to be able to see what it is that I've done in the past. So I'll come up to here, the Give Now, and takes me into an area where I see that I actually have two campaigns that I can look at. You don't have to have two campaigns, but in this case, we've set it up this way. I can read more and actually come into this and see some more information. I can read more about it so that I can make my decision as to where do I want to give. Come here and I hit my Give Now button, and you can see that I'm getting now into that donation process, and I'll start a new gift. Okay, it's telling me that it's going to create this one for the 2022, and I continue, and here's where I can configure what are the different payment methods that I want to use. In this case, I'm just going to do a check, and it's defaulted because I've set my system up to default it to amount. And I'm getting here that automated recommendation that Kelly was talking about. You can increase your pledge by just $45, and I could go from the silver to the gold. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it here at my 500 and continue. And you'll see that I then get to the area, where do I want my gift to go? So this is where you can set up and configure your different designations. And you can also come down here and find a charity, which is based on how you set it up and configure it. It can be all of the IRS charitable organizations. For this time, I'm just going to slide over here and say 100% I want to go to my CTF Fund for Hunger. And you'll see that I have the different information here. It tells me the affinity groups that I've already reached. I continue. This tells me what else I can actually received now. I can choose to get Virginia Cardinal tickets. Continue. And this is that final review here where I'm looking at, do I want to release it or not? You know, for this, maybe I'll say yes. I'm going to go ahead and finish my gift. And what the system does is it pops up this whole thank you for you, which is obviously configurable. And it also offers the ability to do what we call an upsell widget. So this is a separate ask that will use the same kind of donation process. And this is a security thing that once you've made a donation, it wants to know that you're still signed in. But you can go ahead and actually consider giving a different gift for another reason. And it's just a one-click submit, I want to give this information. So now that I've looked at this from the employee point of view, I wanted to go ahead and get into what we call our Ignite platform. And this is more of a management tool where you can see all of the various Ignite tools that you're using and how they are doing. So I come in here to my home and it's verified that I'm here. And I have the ability to see today's donations, the donation count, the total donors. I get a graphical representation. I can scroll down and see any recent activity, but I can also go up here and do it by different time frames. So I can just see how is my campaign doing or my campaigns doing overall. I have the ability to come in here and drill down to any of the 3 different Ignite tools that I'm using, or I can come over here and click on it from this point of view to get it. Oh, let me go home here. My give at work. Here we are. We can see that 90 days, which we had seen on that home page. Again, the donations, the donation count, the total donors. Again, you get your recent activity. You have the ability to export this. You can then drill down into the actual sites so that you can see how well they're doing. So you get an idea from site to site, not just overall, and then you can also visit those sites. So it's a really powerful tool, visualizations, to be able to show you exactly what's happening and getting a pulse, whether you want it on a site-by-site basis or overall. From this tool, you can also look at the different credit card schedules. So do you have recurring donations? And you can manage those here by going in and looking at the details. So you can see when the next due date is, you can pause it, you can resume it, you can stop it. You can also look at the different payments that have come in. You can use date filters so that you only get what you want on the date frames that you're looking for. And you can also export this so that if you're not actually integrated with our StratusLIVE CRM, you can export this from here and import it into your CRM of choice. So this tool is meant to help as a management style or overall looking at your management of all of these sites. We should also, I think that Kelly mentioned this before, that we do have advanced reporting through our data warehouse that we have accessible via Power BI. And I know that that's an upcoming webinar that we're going to be excited to share with you. So thank you. I appreciate your time. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. And you see our email address on the screen there. If you have any additional questions that you'd want to reach out to us, we'll be more than happy to address that. And we also have our next session, which will be this Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be covering volunteer engagement and the Volunteer Now platform. I'll post that into the chat as well, the registration links. We'd be happy to have all of you on the call. And we promised it would be short and sweet today, only 15 minutes. We appreciate your time, and thank you to both Debbie and Jennifer for being on our call today as well.
Thank you, everyone.